So glad to see so many people out here today because after all, this is about you. Some time ago, I had security. My wife Pat and I had our first child and good jobs. In fact, we worked in the healthcare industry in a hospital in New Haven. With that job came health insurance benefits that were top of the line. Coverage so good that our healthcare was not a concern to us at all. As the stress of that job started to wear on me, Pat and I decided it was time to pursue the American dream and go into business for ourselves. We bought and expanded a pet boarding and grooming facility in Westbrook and settled in for the long haul. It wasn't long before we realized the simple truths of self-employment. We no longer had the supplied health insurance that we were used to. We had to buy it ourselves. As the years passed and our family grew, so did the cost of the insurance. Realizing that it was the most important feature of our security, we kept anteing up the premiums when they came due. After a time, it became increasingly difficult to do so because of the escalating costs that began to drain our pocketbook. The concern over our family's health insurance was now foremost in our lives. We were paying then upwards of $10,000 to $12,000 a year for coverage. We were able to find HMOs with copays, but it wasn't long before that type of insurance became cost prohibitive. We then moved on to another insurance company and another and got less coverage for the same or a little less in premiums. But as time passed and the healthcare dilemma in this country became a political football, our insurance covered less and less, and the premiums went higher and higher. And there were times when we had no insurance at all because we just could not afford it. In the present, we have coverage that costs us a little over $10,000 a year. The deductible on this policy is a little over $8,000 a year. This is for catastrophic coverage only. Then you add in all the out-of-pocket expenses, all those medical bills for doctors and emergency room visits. They all fall under the deductible cap, so we are responsible for all that money. You add that to the yearly cost of the policy, and you get a staggering amount for insurance that does absolutely nothing for us. I am incensed that at age 60, I cannot even think about retiring. I have to keep paying for coverage such as this so that a major illness does not cost us our home. I am incensed that my government has done nothing to stem the tide of the steamrolling insurance industry that has laid waste to our right to decent health care. And I am damn sick and tired of hearing the excuses made by our legislators and the governor for not helping the people of the state of Connecticut to get what they so rightly deserve, decent health care at a decent cost. I've talked about my own personal plight, but let us not forget the thousands of people across this great state that don't have any coverage at all. When are they going to get help? So I stand here before you in the shadow of this great Capitol building and urge and plead the legislature to act now. You have the power to help each and every one of us. You have the power to make every citizen of this state feel confident and secure in the knowledge that they can go to the doctor, they can go to the emergency room, and they can afford it. To the members of the legislature, I say to you, don't let the people of this state down. Be accountable to the people who elected you. Remember how you got there. If you can't act responsibly, then maybe, just maybe, the person who succeeds you will. Thank you very much.